Everybody, welcome to another edition of the Bat Around. I'm your host, Paul Valley. With me, as always, from Pigtown Sports, he is Zach Moore. Zach, the Orioles 3-4 this past week. They did, in fact, get swept by the Yankees like we predicted. But other than that, how's your week been?
It's been fairly good. I've been pretty busy with a lot of baseball myself. Obviously, Mother's Day and whatnot, watching a lot of O's. And it's been just... It's a lot of highs. I shouldn't say a lot of highs, but there's been some highs and a lot of lows, and it just seems so like, is complacent a good word? Is that a good word to kind of describe this team right now? This last week since we last talked.
I
don't even know if you want. I don't even know if that is a good word. Inconsistent is definitely a good word.
They're definitely inconsistent. Complacent would seem to think that they're okay with the status quo, and I would hope that they wouldn't be complacent, but. We keep hearing the same word vomit from them over and over and over again, which is the guys in this clubhouse can beat anybody, and this, and it's just like, well, but you don't.
Right.
You can. We all know that you can. That's why. If you guys sucked, like if you had a bunch of Ricky Martins on your team like you did in 2019,
yeah,
like that would be one thing. But you have so much talent and you still suck, and like not just suck. One of the worst teams in baseball. Like, one of the worst teams. And I'm not talking about record. Because record, you're middle of the pack. You're still only a game and a half out of a wild card spot. But the way they play and the way they lose, they're one of... I can say it with confidence that they're currently, right now, one of the worst teams in baseball.
Yeah. It just feels like we're kind of everybody's punching bag.
Yeah. And it sucks because... We're 3 years removed from a 101-win season, 2 years removed from 91 wins in the playoffs. So it's like, and this was immediately following some of the worst baseball we've watched in the history of the franchise.
Yeah,
which started only 7 years after a 14th straight losing season, right? So
yep.
We're this mad because we just can't have nice things. Every time we get something good in Baltimore, it's taken away from us. And this time, it feels like it's taken away from us by the guys running the team. And I'm not talking... Like, you can make your jokes about Peter Angelos and John Angelos, and more so John Angelos felt like he was taking stuff away from the team. But the guy who was brought in to right the ship and fix this ball club feels like he just doesn't care.
It's an odd feeling. Feeling. I don't know if I would say he doesn't care, but it's definitely an odd feeling.
Well, we agree that he and Sig write the lineups.
Yeah.
Right? And
it's very apparent.
We agree that they want a manager that's basically kind of like a puppet for them, right?
Which I don't even know if Craig was.
I don't know that Craig would.
Like, maybe the tides turned after got through the door. I don't know.
I don't know that Craig would have taken the job if he had known that it would have entailed that. And so I'm sure that they, you know, what is it? Putting makeup on a pig? Is that what the
put
old
lipstick?
Term? Putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah.
I'm sure they put lipstick on a pig when they hired him. You know, but. So we can agree that the lineup is done by Sig and Elias. We can agree that that they put lipstick on a pig in hiring Greg Alvarez to get him to take that job because he's a very coveted manager and everything we heard about him and his coaching staff, they should be one of the best coaching staffs in baseball from what we've been led to believe. But the issue is the way that Elias likes to run this team. There's no checks and balances for Mike Elias. David Rubenstein loves Elias apparently. You know, and says he's my baseball guy. I trust him implicitly to run the show. Well, then he was supposed to hire a GM so that he wouldn't have to. He somehow got promoted to president of baseball operations during a season where the Orioles took a massive number of steps backwards, and then was said that he was going to hire a GM. Never hired a GM. Went through the draft, went through the offseason, signed another 37-plus-year-old starting pitcher, 35-year-old plus starting pitcher if you're counting Sagano last year, to take the reins of this rotation. And then Bassett put out his best outing to date today, but that was coming out of the bullpen in the second inning and giving you 6 innings. Your starting rotation's giving you garbage, although Bradish and Bassett did look better this past series.
Don't
Zach
mind me.
seeing ghosts over there.
No, I just had some giant bug just fly right up to my light, and then it went away again, and I was like, oh, boy, what is that?
Oh man, flying spiders.
Oh, boy.
But there's just no checks and balances for Mike Elias. It's
Yeah.
it's his show, and he runs it how he sees fit. And I posted yesterday after the Orioles were just lifeless again.
Sorry, I just hit a filter. Keep going. We're going
right.
to talk about this because, wow. Oof.
After another lifeless defeat yesterday, I posted out. I can't care about this team anymore. I obviously I do, and obviously I always will. But it's like I can't continue to like make this team a priority for me.
Yeah.
When the people that can right the ship don't seem to give a shit.
Yeah.
And that's what it feels like. It feels like it. And look, yes, there are other teams that have made trades. The Guardians just traded for an elite defensive catcher in Patrick Bailey yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't understand that at all.
The bat's not good, and they've got a guy who's hitting like 430 with 5 home runs in the minors. That's a catcher, and he's in the upper levels, waiting in the wings. But they wanted to bring in a catcher to help their strong pitching staff and to be a defensive stalwart in on the diamond. And then you see people like, apparently you can make moves in May to make your teams better. And to that point, I say, yeah, you can make moves, but how many teams are making trades right now?
Not many.
Right, because
I did see the Giants are trying to offload Devers now, too.
Well, you know what? Go get him. And I don't care if he sucks at third base. Put him at third base for the Orioles.
I didn't think of that. Eat half his contract.
Right? Like, every single team in the American League, all 15 teams in the American League are within 3.5 games of a wild card spot.
Yeah.
All 15 teams. Now, in the National League, you've got 6 teams that are 4.5 games back or worse. 6. So there's 6 teams in all of baseball that are more than 3.5 games out of a wild card spot. And so these teams are like look at the Twins. The Twins weren't supposed to do anything this year. Meanwhile, they're starting rotations, but their bullpen has been straight hot garbage. But their starting rotation has been pretty good. They've scored the 3rd most amount of runs in the
I think we just lost you, Paul.
196.
Oh, there you go.
And like you're thinking, can you hear me? They're thinking,
you came back.
Hey, let's go get Joe Ryan and Byron Buxton from the Twins. The Twins have 18 games of their next 55 till the All-Star break against teams with a 500 or better record.
Mm-hmm.
Only 18 games in a bad division. They're a game and a half out of a wild card spot, and they score more runs and have better starting pitching than the Orioles.
Yeah.
So why would they trade anybody? I tweeted out that the Orioles should go trade for Mike Trout. They're back to 500 by June. And then the very next day, Glenn had a guest on GCR, I can't remember the guy's name, who said that the Angels will not trade Mike Trout, and it would be like the Orioles trading Cal or Brooks in their heyday.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that either. I think the Angels, look, they got to clear some payroll. Trout's not getting any younger. He's not playing very much. They have nothing around him. Well, it would be dumb. It would be dumb.
Yeah.
So my title tonight is this team's starting to look a lot like last year. And it's not something that I want to say, but because we spent a lot of money. We're top 5 team in spending since Rubenstein taken over. But last year, obviously, pitching sucked, right? Hitting wasn't much better. We were 3 games better than we were at this point last year when they fired Brain Hyde. Right now, it's shaping up to be. So I gave you that odd face. In May, Orioles starters have a 7.53 ERA. And to the credit that Bassett's outing today does not go for the starters because he came in relief. So that doesn't help. But 7.53 is the worst in baseball. They also lead baseball with 25 walks this month, and we're only talking 10 games. And they're kind of middle of the road. They're about, I guess they're a little bit worse than middle. They're 19th in Ks. This is just starting pitching, though. And they've given up a 269 average, which is 26th. What did we see last year? Pretty bad starting pitching, an offense that kind of sucked. And I don't want to say the offense has sucked right now. They've been okay.
They sucked against Oakland. 7
Yes.
runs in that series.
Yeah, I mean, they've been okay. And like you and I talked about a little bit before the show here, some numbers are good, and some of them just aren't. Just in May alone, they're kind of middle of the pack. They're 16th in hits. Their RBIs, they're in 13th. Ks, they're third worst, I should say. I guess technically, what's that? 28th. They're not doing very good when it comes to that. Now, when you get with walks, they're 5th, which is kind of okay, and then batting average are 23rd. Like they're so inconsistent. They can't get anything going together ever.
Well, and then
I kind of posted. I kind of want to address this because I know I kind of rubbed some people the wrong way on Twitter this morning or this afternoon. I don't know if you saw it yet.
What's that like?
So I said, Taylor Ward, or I just said, Ward, you were brought in to drive the ball, not be an on-base guy and see a 3-2 count every at-bat. Let's start swinging, bud. And I understand some people probably took that as like, I want him to start hitting the ball over the fence. No, I probably should have maybe used some other words. I want him to swing the bat with runners in scoring position. Now, to say that, he's 1 for his last 18 when he does swing the bat with runners in scoring position. It's not very good. He is still 250 on the season. I get all that. He has 10 walks in these last, 28 plate appearances in runners in scoring position. Only 1 run has scored when he's taken a walk with runners in scoring position over those last 10 games or whatever it is. So him walking, while it's great for his on-base percentage, and I appreciate it because sometimes you need a walk, or I'd rather have a walk than a strikeout, but swing the bat, man. We bought you here to drive in runs. Like, if nobody's on base, Gunnar gets out pretty quick and you want to go ahead and walk, that's fine. Like, I'm ecstatic for it. You're picking up and you're doing what Gunnar's supposed to do. I'm not, when I said this, I wasn't talking about just that. I'm talking about a 3-1 count today with runners in second and third, and you K'd. Didn't even take the bat off your shoulder. Like, dude, you got to get. This team is not hitting consistently. I don't need a walk in that situation. I don't need you to see pitches in that situation. I don't need you to be worried about the pitch count in that situation. If you get a fastball early in the count and you're ready to hit it, for the love of God, put it in play. I don't care if it's a hard ground ball right to the shortstop. Why? Because shit happens in this game. We saw it in Miami. That was a less than 30% chance of that guy scoring when that ball was hit at Kobe Mayo. Even when he bobbled, it's still less than a 30% chance. And what happened? We lost the game. You had a pop-up in Cleveland the other night when the catcher literally backed up into the pitcher and they both fell over. It happens in this game. Put it in play. That's all I'm asking. With runners in scoring position, just put it in play. I don't need a walk. I really don't. I don't need a walk. If there's guys on second and third, less than 2 outs, please swing the bat. You just hit 37 home runs last year. That's what I was saying, and I know I ruffled some feathers on Twitter today. I didn't really argue with anybody today because I just wasn't feeling it. But I just dude, we didn't bring you here to be an on-base guy. You're not Stephen Kwan.
Look, there's a reason that the two of us are do the show together, right? Because one of my main points in the intro for this show is that Taylor Ward is in a terrible slump.
Yeah, it's bad. He's seen so many good pitches right down the middle.
In the first 2 games of that series against Boston, he recorded 6 hits. 13 games since then, he's hitting 335. I'm sorry, 3.435. That's an 091 batting average. His on base percentage is 400 because he's got 20 walks, but he's also got 14 Ks in that 3 for 35 stretch. He has 0 extra base hits since April 22nd. And yet
you got to swing the bat to get him.
He's still tied for second in the majors with 13 doubles, despite the fact that he hasn't had an extra base hit in 18 days.
And he only has 1 double with runners in scoring position.
Yeah. And my next question, my next point is, it was a question: has Ward become too passive at the plate? Sometimes, sometimes it feels to me that he's just looking to walk instead of do damage. Look, he's still getting on base. His 426 on base percentage leads the majors. That has I love the approach that he takes. I love that he gets deep in counts. I love that he works pitchers. But like you said, when we're in situations where we need somebody to put a ball in play, you got to take the bat off your shoulder. There was a 6-pitch at bat that he struck out on the other day where the bat never left his shoulder. I think that's the one that you were talking about. The bat never left his shoulder, and he struck out. And I was like, dude, I texted my buddy. I was like, I love Taylor Ward, but man, swing the bat sometimes. And he said, and my buddy says to me, I literally just yelled at him at the TV screen, swing the effing bat. Swing the bat. Like,
he's a good hitter. He's a good hitter. He's not a guy that you want to not swing the bat. Like, and I wasn't trying to say that, and I didn't want like people to think that I want him to start trying to swing through the ball, hit home runs. If he hits them, cool. I just want you to swing the bat.
Yeah.
Like, if nobody's on and you want to take a walk because Gunnar just got out on the first pitch, I'm 1,000% okay with that. The situation's different.
I tried to be positive after the first loss. And Sean, you're right. Ward has an on-base percentage over 400. Not his fault the team isn't scoring. Yes, Gunnar has been very bad. I tweeted out on.
I feel he's getting closer though.
On Friday that the at-bats looked better.
Yeah.
The approach looked better. Alonso, Adley, and Basayo still swinging good bats right now, which is good. You have Ward still getting on base and Gunnar starts to get hot, then it helps turn this offense around. And look, Gunnar just put together back-to-back multi-hit games to close out the series for the first time all year.
Yeah.
It's the first time all year that Gunnar has had consecutive multi-hit games. All year. Which is terrible, but it's also good because I also tweeted out earlier this week that Gunnar, for his career, hits about 235 in April and May.
Yeah.
And then he hits 286 or 282 for the rest of the year. So Gunnar heats up with the weather. The difference between him and Anthony Santander is he doesn't cool down when the weather gets cool again. You know, so Gunnar's a career 331 hitter in June.
Yeah,
the bat's gonna get going. They're working on it. What was it? Lind, their main hitting coach. He said that they've been working with Gunnar to change his approach with 2 strikes instead of trying to still hit the ball over the fence. Just try to put the ball in play.
Yeah,
and good things are gonna happen. And look on a 2-strike pitch today. In his first at bat, he smashed a 100-mile-an-hour liner that just happened to get caught by the shortstop.
Yep.
Gunner's getting close.
I think Cal's getting close too. Have you kind of paid attention to him?
I haven't really, but I saw that did he have a 2-run double in the game yesterday?
I think it was a single. It was up the middle though.
Okay.
But they were talking about how they've changed his basically his
kick.
stride. Yeah, the leg kick. Getting it earlier, and I talked about that too because it looked a little rushed. But if they can just get him back to 230. I think we're all fine with it because we know the defense is there. They have 4 guys this month hitting over 250 out of 13 players that have qualified at bats. That's bad.
Say that again?
They only have 4 players hitting over 250 right now out of 13 qualified that have at bats.
And the crazy thing is,
Tyler O'Neill 1 for 14.
They're 4th in the AL in runs scored.
Yeah. It's
4th
weird.
in the American League.
When I looked at it,
scored.
The beginning of May has been awful around baseball. Absolutely pathetic offensively around baseball. So is it as bad as we think?
Yeah,
I want to
they're
say
5
no.
games below 500.
But I want to say no because everybody's so bad. But it's so eerily similar to last year that the PTSD is just like, yep, it's bad.
Yeah. Well, look. The last 2 weeks, super negative on this show, right? The Orioles won a baseball game today, and it was a hard-fought 2-1 victory. Yeah, you'd like to see them score more runs. I mean, they got shut down by a guy the other night who had a 6.60 ERA coming in.
That was rough.
It was bad.
Dude, and Albie's comments afterwards kind of drove me up a wall, basically saying that, like, his arm angle is, like, really hard on right-handed hitters. Look, I love you, Albie. But you got to kind of read the room a little bit sometimes. When righties are coming in hitting 290 off the guy, I don't think we should make that kind of excuse after the game.
Yeah.
Now, granted, yes, he's throwing the ball from the left-hander's batter box. That's fine. But other teams are annihilating the guy. I mean, he's got a 6-something ERA. Guys are hitting almost 300 against him. Like, let's just say, hey, we just suck tonight.
Yeah.
I think I would much rather hear that than just be like, oh, just the arm angle coming down from righties is just really tough. Like, I don't care.
But we also know that he kind of can't say that. Like, we suck tonight. Like,
sure you can. Sure you can.
But look,
if he has that precedent set in the locker room where they know that he's just going to speak his mind and be truthful, but also encourage them, I don't think that's a problem. I think it was a little different when Brandon Hyde did it because everybody probably thought he was their buddy, and all of a sudden he was just like, oh, these guys are freaking soft, in the media. I think that's just completely different.
Look, we're going to get into all this and more. We got to pay a bill or two here. Today's show brought to you by Help My Gambling Problem. If you or a loved one has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit helpmygamblingproblem.org for free confidential services. That's 1-800-GAMBLER or visit helpmygamblingproblem.org for free confidential services. Today's show also brought to you by Warnkin Law. When you need results in Baltimore, you don't play small ball. If you've been hurt in a crash, call 443-RESULTS or visit warnkinlaw.com. That's 443-RESULTS or visit warnkinlaw.com. All right. The Orioles did play and win a ball game today. They won 2-1. The team scored 7 runs in the series, but they still managed to squeak out a victory today. The good news is, again, Gunnar back-to-back multi-hit games. He had an RBI base hit again today. First time all season he's had consecutive multi-hit games, so hopefully that's a good sign for that he's gonna. And the at-bats looked better, even in the first game where he didn't have a hit. The at-bats looked better, right? Kyle Bradish, 7 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 10 strikeouts, 1 walk on Friday. Phenomenal outing for him.
Yep.
The most and Chris Bassett, 6 innings pitched today, coming in relief, and that was intentional. They had Keegan Aiken open the game, and then Bassett immediately comes in and gives up a run in his first inning. But he was nails today. 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts.
How do you feel about that? Do you think that's something like maybe that he just wasn't getting ready in time?
I don't know. Maybe they saw something, or maybe for all we know, he went to them and was like, "Hey, look, my preparation is a little bit different if I'm not starting the game."
Yeah, which I thought was weird. Like it was pretty last minute. Like it wasn't like we knew going in for a while we were having an opener. It was pretty much around when the lineup came out, right?
Did Oakland bat a bunch of lefties?
I mean, they start with Nick Kurtz.
Yeah.
And then what do you got? Is it Soderstrom? Is he a lefty? I can't remember.
I have no idea. Let's,
but Langoliers is up there. He's a righty, but
Kurtz is a lefty.
Because the first inning's kind of been an issue for the Orioles. I mean, dating back to like 2015. Like they just the first 2 innings, they just struggle to get guys out. But he spends a little bit extra time in the bullpen, throws a little bit longer, and then comes out and has a pretty good game. Like, do I need to see that twice? Maybe. I'm indifferent about it. I'm indifferent.
Let's see. I'm gonna look up. Let's see.
It's good to see Bradish come back. Now, Baz, you and I were talking about it. He's been all over the place. Stuff looks good. The numbers, when you see 97, 99 on the board like that's great. It's gonna work eventually. Right now, there's the command, and it's not just him just having command problems either. It's the whole staff, and that's what I don't get. And I understand like people are kind of complaining about his contract. I've also kind of thought like, they started talking about today that they're going to start meeting about a salary cap. If they have a salary cap and you got Baz under control for a very, very cheap contract, honestly, it might be a good thing for the Orioles. Even if he's not what we thought he could be. Trevor Rogers sucked his first year too and then dominated his second year. Maybe we see the same thing. I don't know. But I don't care about the Baz contract, even if he's struggling. The guy's making, 1.4 this year? Yeah, he got a $4 million
what was it?
But
5 years, $68 million, something like that. He's making
they
like
never pay him more than the qualifying offer the entire contract.
Yeah, he's making his average annual value is $13.5 million.
Yeah.
So like I don't.
You paid Craig Kimball $13 million.
Yeah, you paid Tomoyuki Sagano $15 million, and he'd never pitched in the majors. Like I don't care what you're paying.
Like 3 years from now,
Baz.
I feel like a 4 and a 5 is gonna be 20 plus for a season. Just the way the contracts are going, unless it's fixed. So you're getting Shane Baz because I feel like he's young enough and he's gonna keep getting better, hopefully. Where he's not gonna pitch to above a 4 or 5 ERA. But if you have a guy 3 years from now making $18 million and he pitches to a 4, I think you're pretty happy with that. Yeah, it sucked right now, but you got 5 more years of this. Like, he's not always going to suck, I don't think.
I don't think he's always going to suck this year, but the problem with Baz is He has no clue where that fastball's going.
I mean, the command is all over the place,
He has,
which
he
is
has
weird because it wasn't that bad last year.
he has no clue where it's going, and
No.
it's just one of those things, man. So it's great that you can throw 99 with consistency, but man, I'd be totally cool with it if you threw 94 but could hit your spots.
Yeah.
You know, like just hit your spots, man. Set up your other pitches. Right now, people like they can just wait for you to throw a get me over curveball because you can't locate your fastball, and then they can just sit on it. So I don't care. They could be paying him 35 million. I don't give two shits. Just go out there and get guys out.
Yeah.
You know,
It's been elusive for him right now.
And the thing is about Bradish. Bradish was so good on Friday. He gives up 3 runs. And he gives up 3 runs immediately after Pete Alonso hit a home run to give the Orioles a 1-0 lead. And they end up losing that ball game, and Bradish gets hooked with a lawsuit despite being absolutely dominant. And those runs scored because they put a wheel play on a guy who never even showed bunt.
Yeah.
And the guy hits a ground ball to right where Gunnar would have been playing, right where Gunnar was standing before the wheel play started, that would have gotten them out of the inning with no runs, and the Orioles would have won that game. Now we're talking about back-to-back series victories and feel a little bit more confident going because you just beat a good Oakland team, and now you're going to play the Yankees, and you're playing at home. And instead, you're talking about having to salvage the series finale in a 2-1 nail biter. You know, although Rico doesn't really make them nail biters, because they gave up 3 runs after Pete Alonso hit a home run to give you the lead. This team, I have never seen anything like this. Where
I mean,
like,
Boz had given up a 214 average last year on that knuckle curve, and it's 330 this year. Like
it just a lot of the stuff
and he's
doesn't
throwing
make
it more.
sense. And the most confounding thing is how many runs they give up immediately after they score.
Oh my God.
Immediately after they score.
Yeah,
They
Freddie's
just-
been keeping a stat on that. Have you been seeing that?
I saw something about it.
Yeah.
And the Orioles have allowed the highest batting average, the highest on base percentage, and the highest slugging percentage. The highest triple slash line in baseball, the inning after they score a run.
Mm-hmm. Is it focus? Is it pitch calling? Is it just lack of command?
How much of it has to do with the defense? With the pitcher going out to me like, I got a lead. I can't give this up. I got to be too fine. I got to be too fine because my guys can't catch the baseball.
Maybe.
How much of it has to do with that?
I don't know. I'm going to see something here. Let's see. Pitches out of the zone. I want to see Boz last year and what he's done in April and May. Pitches out of the zone. Here you go. 16% of his pitches last year in April and May, he threw 456. 16% were out of the zone in 2025. 16. You want to take a guess how many this year?
Shane Baz pitches out of the zone in April. He only threw 456
April and May.
pitches. He only threw
No, 456 out of 2,720 last year.
I was gonna say that's not a lot of pitches.
Last
That's
year,
like 4
this year he's
starts.
thrown 766. Obviously, because we're still early in May, but
So that's I mean,
so 400 of his 766 are out of the zone right now to start this year. That's a 52% clip.
400 of it. There's no way he's only thrown 776 pitches this year.
Yeah.
And 400 of them. That's
52% are out of the zone. That's not a Shane Boz problem, in my opinion, is it?
I mean, he's the one doing
You went
it.
from less than 20 to 52, and
is
you
that
got
on-
more healthy?
Is that on the catchers?
I don't think so. I don't know.
So if it's not on
But
Baz,
that's bad.
And if you don't think it's on who's it on?
What the hell are they working on in the bullpen?
I don't know.
That's bad. Like, I could
the-
understand if he was at like 35, like went from 16.8 to 35. That's one thing. I think then you're just saying, like, maybe he's just a little. Dude, you're at 52. 52% of your balls can't land inside the strike zone.
What's his
What
first
are we
pitch?
doing? What are we working on?
What's his first pitch fastball percentage? I'm interested to know.
First pitch fastball. Let's look. 0-0 count. Pitch type. We'll just say four seam. Clear the zones. Last year it was 5%, 5.8%. Gave up a 375 average against it in April and May. This year it's 10.5%, giving up a 714 average.
So, do you think that the Orioles are in love with his fastball and telling him to throw it?
They have to be.
And we've been talking about his fastball command. I mean, so how often is he falling behind 1-0?
Last year, first pitch fastball with a knuckle curve, 2.2%. This year, 6.2%.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. It's weird to me. What else does he throw? A cutter?
Yes, he throws a cutter, he throws a knuckle curve, he throws a fastball, and then
he didn't throw the cutter last year, so this year he's done it at 5.3% first pitch, and they're only hitting 100 off of it. So maybe throw that a little bit more.
Yeah, it's to me that he's more than doubled his first pitch usage of the fastball.
Yeah,
and he's not throwing it for strikes.
He's thrown the sinker 16 times this year, first pitch, and he's given up 0 hits. That's nice.
Like, I don't know, man.
What else does he throw a slider?
I thought he did. Does he throw?
Or was that the one
pitches?
he gave up last year? He gave that up last year.
Okay. I was like, does he? I don't remember him throwing 5 pitches.
Yeah. No, I think he got rid of the slider for the cutter.
Mm-hmm.
This year, but God, I need to. Let's just scrap that and let's just go with
throw that sinker.
Team Orioles, all pitching, player and year. Let's do team and year.
Hey, while you're doing that, I want to get caught up on some of these reads. Today's show brought to you by Glenn Clark Radio. If you missed anything from Glenn Clark Radio this week, including his viral chat with Mike Bordick, ESPN's Buster Olney, Vanderbilt football coach Clark Lee discussing Diego Pavia, and new Ravens punter Ryan Eckley, and more, you can find them in the Glenn Clark Radio Week in Review feature at PressBoxOnline.com. And as always, watch or listen to GCR every Monday through Thursday at 11 a.m. at PressBoxOnline.com/radio or right here at PressBox's Facebook and YouTube pages.
So last year they threw a fastball first pitch 2.4% of the time through May. This year, 9.1% of the time.
But see, they sucked last year, so maybe they're like, let's throw more fastballs. And now they suck this year, and it's like, well, maybe just get better pitchers.
Maybe. Last year they threw the fastball out of the zone 1.1% of the time. This year, 4.3%. So it's not just a Shane Boz thing. I don't think.
Well, and it's not just a Shane Boz thing that the starting rotation hasn't been good, and 50% of your starting rotation is on the IL. You know, I mean, think about the fact that Trey Gibson has already made his major league debut coming out of the rotation.
We talked about that like September, right?
Yeah, and Cade Povich and Brandon Young have each made, 3-4 starts?
Yeah.
Like, that wasn't supposed to happen.
Yep.
Those are you have gotten multiple starts from your 7, 8, and 9 starters. Like that shouldn't happen. I mean, Zach Eflin gave you 3 1/3 innings. Dean Kramer gave you 3 starts before he had to go on the IL.
Yeah.
Trevor Rogers gave you 3 really good starts, followed by 3 awful starts before he got sick. Hopefully he's back this series against the Yankees. But even then, like, you gotta pitch well, and go figure that the Yankees make the Orioles look like a Double-A team, and then go to Milwaukee and get swept.
Yeah.
You know,
and Milwaukee's good ball club, but
they're good. They're definitely good, but like the way the Yankees were playing, they shouldn't be better than the Yankees.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
The whole pitching staff here, I think everybody that throws a split finger throws a pretty good one. Would you agree? From everybody we've seen.
Yeah.
Pretty good one, right?
Yeah.
We've only thrown 97 first pitches in the first 2 months of the season, last year and this year, total combined on a split finger. 0.2% last year, 0.7% this year. They're hitting 200 combined since last year on a first pitch with a splitty. Why don't we try to use that to get ahead more?
I don't know. You're asking me questions that I'm not qualified to answer.
Well, this is kind of our umbrella question here. Is our pitch calling a problem? We're going on year 2 now.
It seems like.
And I know we're all Adley Rutschman fans, and I'm not throwing Adley Rutschman under the bus because I don't think that he's coming up with this game plan himself. but he's the one that puts the sign down in the game. It's the only reason why I'm saying it. But the philosophy or the game plan, is it too fastball heavy? And I'll just click fastballs here in general here. First pitch. We're up 11% overall. We're talking all fastballs. So 4-seam, 2-seam, cutter. Last year was 5.9% first pitch through May. This right now we're at 16.1, and they're hitting almost 400 against it. Why are we still doing it?
I would love to know the fastball percentage with 2 strikes. Because how many 2-strike hits does this team?
Dude, that drives me nuts. Like, just 2 strikes in general, or 2?
Both.
Okay.
0-2, I'd be shocked if it's above 2-3%.
5% last year. Anytime with 2 strikes, fastball. 13% this year. That's got to be a game plan issue, in my opinion. It's got to be, right?
Yeah, and you look at how do teams attack the Orioles? It's all off-speed stuff. It's all off-speed. Because everybody in baseball can hit a fastball. Yeah. Every major league, you've got 760 major leaguers at any given time. They can all hit the fastball.
Yeah.
And it's the pitch you're throwing the most. And I get it. The fastball is the most important pitch in a repertoire. I get that. And you need to be able to throw it for strikes and throw it whenever you need it. But if you've got teams just sitting on your fastball because they know that you're going to throw it more, they're just waiting for your pitch. And teams know that you can't hit anything but a fastball. I don't understand why other teams know to attack the Orioles with off speed, but the Orioles don't know to do that to other teams. I don't. It doesn't. It's clear as day that the fastball usage, especially with 2 strikes, is way too high.
Yeah,
it's way too high. You're giving too many hittable pitches. Pigtown, stand up.
Yeah, don't read those.
Oh,
I'm trying to figure out how to block it right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. AJ says Kobe Mayo can't hit a fastball. Kobe Mayo can't hit anything, man. And then the game that he finally
gets better this year, but it's still rough.
The game that he finally breaks like a 1-for-23 stretch with 2 hits, he makes a critical error that costs him the game.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how he's still here. The only reason that Kobe Mayo is still here is because you haven't been able to figure out a trade for somebody else, and you have nobody. You have nobody with the ability to come up and take his spot on your roster. You in your franchise. There's nobody that's ready, right?
Yeah.
So, oh man, let me figure this.
I got it.
I blocked the dude on the restream side. I don't know about your side, but he's blocked on this side. We have somebody who is who's being a troll right now who had to get blocked. So I can't see his comments anymore. I'm sure you still can, but
I can't see any of them on restream now.
Oh really?
Yeah, it keeps telling me something went wrong to reload it, but whatever. As long as you can see them and put them on screen, I think we're good.
Yeah. So, look. We want to talk about, but on last week's show, we asked what the Orioles can realistically do to get better. And again, the anticipation was that this offense would be the driving force behind the Orioles' return to October baseball, and the pitching would be good enough to not screw it up. We all hoped that they were going to go out and they were going to get a Framber, or they were going to get a Ranger Suarez, or a Joe Ryan, or insert name here. And they came away with Shane Baz and Chris Bassett, which at the time we were super excited about because it's like, look, Chris Bassett's the consummate professional. And Shane Baz has 5 nasty pitches, and he can touch triple digits with his fastball whenever he wants to. So we were feeling good about it. It hasn't worked out the way we wanted it to yet. It's still May 10th. And I don't like to say it's still early, especially after what happened last year. But, there's such mediocrity up and down the American League. It's still early enough that you can, really turn this. A good week puts you firmly back into a wild card spot.
Yeah.
A 5-2, 6-1 week puts you back into a wild card spot.
Here's gonna hit. That's all it comes down to.
And the thing, they're 4th in the American League in runs scored.
Yeah.
181 runs scored. They're fourth in the American League. And that's with the bottom of their order slashing 212, 278, 318, 596. Pitching has given up the second most runs in baseball. The Nationals and Astros have given up 230. The Orioles have given up 222. Now you look, where can they get better offensively? Because you're saying that they got to hit. You can't have a series against a winning ball club and score 7 runs and expect to win many games, if any, right? Yeah. Third baseman and right fielders are hitting 180 and 188 with an OPS of 517 and 572. Far and away, Zach, the least productive spots in the entire order. Far and away. So then, and we just talked about this. How do you get better? How do you acquire players that make you better when there are every single team in the American League is within 3.5 games of a playoff spot. There's 6 teams in the National League that are more than 3.5 games out of a wild card spot. The Angels are like 8-9 games under 500, and they're still only 3.5 games out. That's how bad it is in the American League. Yeah. Like, they have, I think, the second worst record in baseball. So, like, and I posted, and this was after the Orioles beat the Marlins in Game 1 of that series 9-7, and Colton Cowser went 0 for 5. It was like, calm down, buddy. It's just the Marlins. It had nothing to do with the fact that they won the game. It had everything to do with the fact that they won the game, and Colton Cowser was the lone spot in the order that didn't do anything. He went 0 for 5. And you need help. Tyler O'Neill was brought in to hit left-handed pitching. He's hitting 141 as an Oriole against left-handed pitching.
It's rough.
He has 1 extra base hit this year. 1. And it was a home run in Game 3 of the season. They played, 41, 42 games, something like that?
Mm-hmm.
And he has 1 extra base hit. You've got to improve the outfield. You've got to improve the third base. Jeremiah Jackson cannot be an everyday player anymore.
Yeah.
Like, he's a good player. He's a solid player to have coming off your bench and start 2, maybe 3 times a week. When he plays every day, you see the warts. The warts are he hasn't met a pitch he doesn't want to swing at. He doesn't get on base. And if he's not smashing a home run, he's not really doing much else.
Yeah.
Right? And so, like, that's his warts. Kobe Mayo can't catch the ball and he can't hit the ball. So
it's been rough. And we talked about it. We gave 30 games, I think, was a comfortable sample size to see what Mayo had almost every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was confident coming into him this year. He looked confident in spring training.
He did. Absolutely confident.
But he got in his own head quick. Quick. Let's talk about one of these comments I just seen. I think it was from EBB Tide 33. What's with the hearsay that Jackson Holliday may be playing some third base? I think you found out the same time that all of us did. Which was it Ben Wagner talking about it on the radio, or was it Brett Hollander?
I didn't hear about it on the radio, but I think it was that Wyrick guy from the Baltimore Sun.
Wyrick, you're right. I'm sorry. Yeah. No. It was somebody live that said it.
I didn't hear it live.
Yeah.
But I
can't remember if it was the radio or the actual broadcast, but they were the ones that originally said it first.
I did see it. I saw it get tweeted out before the game.
Oh, did you? Okay.
I saw it get tweeted out before the game that they're going to try him at third base. Somebody said he doesn't have the arm to play third base. I disagree.
I think his arm's okay.
His arm's okay. He doesn't have the arm to play shortstop.
Yeah.
In my opinion. And a lot of people are like, well, shortstop's a shorter throw. No.
It's actually deeper.
The throw from shortstop's the longest throw in the infield. When the ball in the hole at shortstop is the longest throw in the infield. Playing third base, he's got quick hands. He's got a shortstop's glove. He doesn't have a shortstop's arm. Can he play third base? I mean, Ramon Arias didn't have a strong arm. Jordan Westberg's arm is so-so.
I would say it's pretty comparable to Westberg's arm, which I think it's good. It's like Ramon Urias. It's good enough to get the throw there. Is it going to be a bang-bang play more times than not? Probably not, but I think the glove work is good enough, and probably the exchange is good enough where he's going to be fine if they do it. And it might just be a one-game thing. I don't know. I really don't know, but I'm not against it.
And here's the other thing. Nobody knew that Manny Machado was practicing at third base before his call-up. And
Well,
he was and when he,
I could have told you he could have, but
well,
I didn't know
yeah,
back then.
you
It was
knew.
bad at shortstop. It was really bad.
Yeah. Not a great defensive shortstop, but less time to think at third base. Jackson Holliday has had a year and a half at second base, not a great defensive second baseman, less time to think at third base. His natural instincts can take over.
Yeah.
I'm not, and here's the thing. They had to shut Westberg down again, right? So you're not getting relief at third base. Now, maybe they're thinking, maybe we can still salvage this season if we play him at second base. Or are they thinking, well, we'll just stick with Jeremiah at second base, and Kobe Mayo cannot. We need Jackson back, and we need him back as quickly as possible. And Mayo's got to get the hell out of here. He's got to go down to Norfolk and get his head on right.
Let me ask you: are you concerned that Holiday's had 57 at bats between two different rehabs now, and he's got 16 Ks and just 9 hits?
Yes, but he hasn't started his most recent rehab, right? He's starting that this coming
He
week.
played third base tonight. Went 0 for
did
3
he?
with another strikeout. Or 0 for 2,
Okay.
I'm sorry. 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. He hasn't had a hit in 3 games with Bowie.
Yeah. I mean, it's been so staggered, and it's his first game back after the injury 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm concerned, but what I'm more concerned about, how's his wrist feel? How's his hand feel? How's he swinging? Because if he's comfortable, then I look at Jackson and I say, if the hand doesn't hurt anymore, the bat'll come around at the minor league level. He's proven he can hit minor league pitching, so I'm not concerned about that. Was I concerned before I realized that his wrist was still sore? Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. But if he, all I care about is that he's swinging pain free. Swing pain free, and then get back up here.
I would say I'm only concerned the fact that he's or was. I mean, it's not as bad at Bowie right now, but he was striking out at a pretty alarming rate against guys that he previously dominated. Now, he didn't do it in high A. He only played 2 games there. It's only been 3 in double A's, 0 for 3 with 4 walks and 3 Ks, which is nice. That's the Jackson Holliday that we seen before he got called up, was walking more than striking out, so that's fine. The Norfolk, when he had 43 at bats, had 13 Ks, so just 3 walks, but I don't know. I just feel like before I get like too confident on, I just want to see him just hit a couple balls hard. I don't care if they're outs either. I just want to see a couple line drive outs. I don't care, hard ground ball outs, whatever.
It's not like he's coming back tomorrow, right? He's gonna get it. He's gonna get it at least this next week, right? At Bowie,
You think?
gonna get it. It might not be Bowie. It might be at Norfolk. He's
It's
gonna
whoever's
get
at home,
yeah,
for sure, because they're also pretty close by.
He's
It
gonna
could
get
be back at Frederick too if they're the only team home. Like, don't read too much into that. If you see Holiday going back to Frederick, it's just because they're home. They're just trying to keep him close to Baltimore.
wherever he's playing. I think that he's probably gonna get this week.
Yeah,
And then
I think that's probably fair.
And if he even shows a semblance of being able to handle the bat, he's going to be back up here. Because I think if you asked anybody, who would you rather see playing third base right now, even without the experience, Holiday or Mayo, everybody's going to give you a resounding yes for Holiday.
Well, they've seen him sometimes have success at the plate.
Yeah.
Mayo, we've only seen some fake September at bats.
And
I shouldn't say fake. That came out wrong. Don't hold that
No,
against me.
but anybody that's been paying attention knows what you mean. Because I mean, Buck Showalter used to say it all the time. A lot of fools are made in February and September.
Yeah.
And it's just a fact of the matter. But everybody's talking about, oh, he hit over 300 with 5 home runs in September. I was like, yeah, that Buck quote was always in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
I would much rather.
They're not fake at bats, but I shouldn't have said fake.
They're not fake at bats, but they tell a fake story.
Yeah.
They tell a fake story. And so like for me, I'm good with Holiday coming up, playing third base, and look at the at bats and the plate presence that Ward has taken. And yes, Ward's 3 for his last 35, and he's not swinging the bat nearly enough. But look at how much his batter's eye has improved, how much more he's getting on base.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something he wanted to do, or is it something that the Orioles came to him and they were like, "Hey, look, your chase rate is elite."
Apparently, he said that's what he wants to do.
Okay, but
I forget what coach he talked to, but they talked him into it.
But he talked to a coach. And
Yeah.
was it an Orioles coach or?
I don't remember which one they said, what level it was, whether it was college, high school. I don't remember.
So this is actually this is from Sean City Entertainment. I'm not concerned because he's not saving this team.
I think it's fair. It's fair to say.
Look, that's a point that I wanted to make is that if you're counting on Jackson Holiday to be the savior of this team, then that's it. This season's gone completely.
I don't
off
think
the
anybody's expecting that, but I think just having a little bit, like just one more guy that you're going to see day in and day out, I think just kind of makes you feel just a little bit better.
Well,
The guy that you know, regardless of how he's going to hit, he's going to be penciled in.
He's better than Kobe Mayo.
Yeah.
He's better than Jeremiah Jackson.
And Blaze has been hot, so I mean,
yeah,
I think he's kept his right.
Are you good? If Holiday comes back and Holiday starts playing third base every day, you can either play Jackson or Blaze at second base. And honestly, maybe you play Blaze at second base and it makes your infield defense that much better, right? Or are you
Westberg's available to play second? Because you and I talked about maybe not being able to make that throw from third, but second's a whole different ballgame.
And see, and that's the thing. Part of me wants to say that, but then conventional wisdom would tell me if he's having soreness in his arm making the throw from third base, they may just say, hey, look, man, go get surgery.
Maybe.
I can't imagine they'd be like, hey, well, let's try it at second base first. Now, look, it's only going to take him about 6 months to recover, 6 to 8 months recovery time whenever he does get the surgery. So this won't be the reason that he misses next year. If he misses next year, he'll figure out a way to still miss some time next year.
Yeah.
But it won't be because of this if he has to get the surgery. I don't know, man. I just the first thing I feel like this team needs to do to get better is just cut bait with Tyler O'Neill.
But who else you got? Jonathan Rodriguez?
Play Beavers in right field every day. Play him in right field every day. You can play Blaze in center.
I will say, I think you save Jeremiah Jackson's roster spot if you do that. Mm-hmm. Because if Holiday comes back, I do think that he might be the guy to go. Because you still need a backup first baseman right now. If you're playing Basayo and Rushman every single day, and Basayo's DH in that, you can't take him out of DH to play first base if Pete gets hurt or something, right? Because then you got a pitcher that's got to hit.
Can't Taylor Ward play a little first base?
I'm sure he could. Just like Santander could, with quotations.
I feel like
he has played it, but it's been years.
Okay.
He's played, I don't want to say third, just as much as he's played first. They had him as basically a utility player when he first got up.
Left fielder, Taylor Ward's listed as a left fielder and third baseman on his baseball reference page. So let's go to fielding.
But he was drafted as a catcher, so I mean he's played it around.
Let's see,
he's caught in the big leagues too, but it's been years. 20, I think.
2 innings at first base in 2020.
And he's basically your emergency guy.
3 innings at first base in 2021. He has never made an error at third base at first base. Never made an error. 3 years, two different seasons he's played third base. He's handled 3 chances, 3 putouts, no errors.
That's a good start. Probably all 3 balls.
Put him over there. But look. You need a backup first baseman, but Pete Alonso is going to play baseball every day.
He is, but I mean, right now I think you can comfortably say that Kobe Mayo would probably be safe because of that one reason. If you cut Tyler O'Neill.
I just don't know how you can't cut Tyler. I mean, I know you can cut the reason why you can't cut him, and it's the fact he's making $17 million a year. I get that, but and when I talked about trading for Trout, you said, well, the Orioles aren't going to take on that kind of salary, but if they trade O'Neill, but then why would the Angels take Tyler O'Neill?
They wouldn't.
Exactly.
Even if you cut O'Neill and just didn't care, even if you didn't have that, I just don't think they'd take on Trout at 37 with the chance that he might miss 50% of the games.
Trout's not 37. He's like 34.
No, I'm saying 37 a year.
Oh, I thought you were saying he was 37.
I just don't think they bring the contract in with the ability to miss that much time.
Well, what about Byron Buxton?
Same thing. He has the ability to maybe miss more than half the games.
Yeah.
But he also has the ability to change every game he plays in. Trout does too, but I feel like we've taken these risks a lot in these last 2 years, and it's backfired every time.
If they can get hurt, they will get hurt.
Yes.
Is essentially how it goes. Otherwise, man, I don't really know. Like we briefly last week talked about trading for Isaac Paredes or Carlos Correa, and then Correa, like 2 days later, suffered
I think it was a day later.
suffered a season-ending ankle injury, and so
Yeah.
now the Astros aren't going to trade Paredes because they need infielders,
He's
right?
even playing shortstop for him now because Pena was still hurt, wasn't he?
I have no idea.
They must
have
have had
no
to call
idea.
somebody up.
And I saw somebody talking about I saw a Phillies fan saying, now that the Giants are in sell mode, I would much rather have Casey Schmidt play in third base than Alec Boehm. So I was like, oh, that's not a bad idea. He's having a nice season for himself. And I went and looked, and he's like not a great third baseman, and he's only played like 20 games at third base in his career, in his big league career, because he mostly DHs. Like, I just don't know how this team gets better.
Yeah.
It is like it's.
Well, you talked about in the beginning of the show. You got to fix the outfield.
Oh, absolutely.
I think you worry about outfield before you worry about infield.
Well, and then how do you fix the outfield? Who in your system can you call up? Judd Fabian's fast, plays good defense, but he strikes out as much as Cowser does.
Yeah.
Reed Trimble, do you take a flyer on Reed Trimble?
He's rehabbing right now, so he's in Frederick.
Right.
But maybe.
And then Enrique Bradfield can't stay healthy.
Nope.
He can't stop running in the walls.
Yeah.
So like, I just don't know how. What about Brenton Doyle?
He's terrible this year, isn't he?
I feel like he's terrible every year.
Yeah, he's hitting below like 170, I believe.
Let's look him up.
196, sorry.
Yeah.
With 3 RBIs.
And a 279 OBP.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna do that, then just
Play Cowser.
play Cowser. Or
Cowser's got the ability to maybe oops one over the fence right now.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I just don't know how you make this team better currently. Especially now.
Here's
You've
a good
gotta
topic
play-
for you. Sean just put this up here, and he texted this to me last night, and I thought he was high. He said, I stand by what I told you last night. I'd take Jacob Wilson over Gunnar for the next 10 years.
Doesn't Jacob Wilson
He hits high average, but I told him...
a bunch of singles and doesn't get on base if he's not getting hits?
He reminds me of Jose Iglesias. Like, remember early on, Jose Iglesias was just like a defensive wizard, but he just couldn't drive the ball anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he reminds me of.
Hit 373 as an Oriole.
Yeah.
So let's see. Yeah, he's hitting 289, 3 home runs, 309 OBP. Last year he hit 311, but again he had 39 extra base hits in 523 plate appearances.
Yeah.
I mean that
barely cuts it in today's game.
That's a rise type levels.
Yeah.
That's Jonathan Arise. Whatever his first name is. I think that's his first name. I can't remember. I don't know, man. I just play the best defensive players: Cowser, Taveras, Beavers every time. Yeah, but then you're taking one of Basayo or Ward, and Rutschman out of the lineup because you're not playing Ward in the outfield. I don't. Who got hurt today?
Who are we talking about? Jason Wilson or Jacob Wilson?
Yeah, maybe.
So I get dizzy watching Jacob Wilson taking a bat. That dude reminds me like he got Tourette's or something like that when he's up there. He's just shaking all around. I'm just like, goodness gracious. My wife was like, can you see, like as a batter, can you see when you're just moving that much? I'm like, you're told not to, but it obviously works for the guy.
him and Hunter Pence, right?
Yeah. God, yeah. Hunter
Speaking
Pence.
Speaking of Hunter Pence, whatever happened to Hudson Haskins?
Did we trade him or release him?
I think he's still in the system.
I don't believe he is.
Hudson Haskins.
Because he was a second-round pick, right?
He was released. They released him.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's picked him up.
He is a baseball outfitter for the Gastonia Ghost Peppers in the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball.
So he's an independent ball as a second-round pick.
Because
nice.
he couldn't stay
39
healthy.
overall.
Couldn't stay healthy.
He
and
was
last year when
almost 400 last year before he got hurt the first time.
Last year he hit 184 for the year with a 560 OPS.
Yeah. And it started hot. Like
I mean when he came in, he hit well at Aberdeen and Delmarva. Then he had a really nice year for Bowie in 2022.
2024.
24 he hit 212 at Bowie in At 3 levels in 2023, at 287 with an 838 OPS, but 3 home runs because he played I think it was 2023 that he started
Might have
super
been.
hot and then and he got hurt. And that was coming off of a really solid year. Played 109 games and
Yeah, he had 391
466
in
plate
April.
appearances.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, in 2022, he had a good year for playing strictly for Bowie, and man, that poor guy. I hope he gets
Second
another
round
chance
pick though,
somewhere.
man. Second round
So,
pick.
yeah. I mean, Kowser's a 5th overall pick.
Well, Kerstad's
You know?
what, second?
Yeah. He started. Did he play tonight for
Yeah,
Bowie?
he went over 3.
1
No
for 3
strikeouts,
last
though.
night. Well, that's good.
Yeah, so that means he's putting the ball in play.
Look at what we're doing. We're talking about Heston Kjerstad and not striking out today, and being like, oh man, ugh.
Yeah.
What's happened with this team? Like when they won 101 games in 2023, did you think that 3 years later you'd be sitting on a baseball show talking about how bad the Orioles are?
Well, I mean, like that tweet I put out the other day, right? They had, what did I say, 11? And it was actually more than 11, but I only put 11. They have 11 top 100 overall players since 2022 on the roster right now. Mm-hmm. Sam Huff is number 12. I didn't include him because he's not on my roster, but he would be number 12.
He's a top 100 player.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
And
So
you said
11.
it last week.
You would think that this team is freaking good.
It's not
Most
working.
teams have 2, maybe 3. We have 11.
So what is happening that they're so good at the minor league level, they get up to the big leagues and they suck?
Just a question I've been asking for 2 weeks.
It doesn't make any sense that like. And then you see how many guys did you see make their big league debut in the last 3 years and they hit the ground running.
Mm-hmm.
And it just.
And we slow play guys. I feel like more than other teams.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think Jackson Merrill was slow played. I think the longest stop he had was single A when he was 18 years old, and he dominated it. He was there for like 300 at bats, and that was it.
That's a good question. Who from the Giants would you want in a trade that's realistic?
Logan Webb.
He just went on the IL.
Don't care. We'll rehab him back. Just come on over.
Yeah, I mean, he just went on the IL with a 5.08 ERA
I don't care.
in 8 starts.
Don't care. Bring him over.
I don't know, man.
He did get hit around the WBC more than you're used to seeing, but I don't care.
No. I don't know, man.
I
Today's
can't
show
think of too many other guys that they really have. I mean, Matt Chapman might help, but he's not like. I mean, his defense would certainly help. He's hitting 235. Best what we'd have on team.
Today's show brought to you by the latest edition of Press Box, which is available now on the cover. Bill Ordine looks at what will be different at the 2026 Preakness at Laurel and the future of the race when it moves back to Pimlico. Also inside, Luke Jackson looks at what Trey Hendrickson brings to the Ravens and much more. But be on the lookout for the new print issue for free at your Baltimore area High's Dairy stores, and also read it at PressBoxOnline.com. Also,
Here's one for you.
We are well into spring sports season. Let me make sure I'm doing the right read today. We're well into spring sports season at the high school level. Remember that all year long you can find score schedules and updates for every sport in every school all throughout the state of CountySports.Zone. CountySports.Zone is proudly sponsored by your local Toyota dealer and buyatoyota.com.
So Mike Elias likes lefties, right?
Yeah.
What about Jung Hoo Lee? 190 career games in center field. Doesn't drive the ball too much. Only hit 12 home runs in his career so far. He's got 2 this year. But he's a 270 hitter. 313 on base. 322 on base in his career.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pretty
that you're
decent defense.
I don't know that you're looking for a difference maker.
Is he a leadoff hitter for you?
They're not moving Taylor Ward or Gunnar Henderson out of that spot.
Why not? They're only doing it because they have nobody else.
Well, but we're talking about this team and how bad they are out of the 7, 8, 9 spot, right? 212 with a sub 600 OPS from the bottom 30 of your orders. I bat him 7th, 8th, or 9th. Well, bat him 7th, 8th, or 9th. You said a 313 on base percentage?
This year, 322 overall.
Yeah, I'm good, man. Bat him in the bottom third of the order. I'd much rather.
I think he puts it in play more than anything, but
yeah, and like the bottom third of the order has scored 39 runs this year.
Yeah.
39 runs from the bottom third of your order. Put him down there. And if he gets on base, then you've got the guys in the top of the order that can drive him in. And you can turn the lineup over in a given inning.
Yeah.
Like I bring in a guy. I don't need a guy to be a difference maker. It'd be nice to go get a Trout or a Byron Buxton, but that's not. Just go get a guy that can catch the ball, that can put the bat on the ball, that doesn't strike out every other at bat, can get on base and bring up some of those bottom third numbers. What's really going to help this team win is getting healthy.
Yeah.
But some of these guys ain't coming back this year, so you've got to figure it out somehow.
Mm-hmm.
You got to figure it out somehow.
Who else? Do they have any pitchers that's having a nice season?
Who, the Giants?
Yeah, Hauser's been getting pooped on.
I think Robbie Ray's doing okay.
What about Joel Pagero? He's a reliever. Got a 2.45 in 20 games. He's only been up since the back half of last year, but
yeah,
Robbie Ray got a 2.76. He's got a 3.90 in his career, but he's 34. Yeah. How much more time does he have left?
He's got a Cy Young in his career too. I mean,
yeah. Last year he had a 3.65. So he got a little bit better. He had 182 innings last year. I mean, that'd be a nice little innings eater there.
Yeah, I'd take Robbie Ray, especially now that Brandon Hyde's not here and those guys hate each other, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I mean, I would take Robbie Ray. They're not going to trade Landon Roop, however you pronounce his name.
He's an undrafted free agent next year, so that wouldn't cost very much. And he's making $25 million, so I honestly think that would be like a single A prospect probably. Salary dump, which is what they're looking to do.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a lefty.
You keep talking. You're selling me on it.
I mean, it is not going to cost much. At $25 million, you're trying to salary dump. You got to get on there before somebody else does. Right?
I mean,
granted, he's 34. I get that.
Yeah, but
say if you wanted to send like Frederick Ben Cosme.
Okay.
They moved him to left field in Double A. He's still pretty young. He's like 25. Former, was he a top 100? No, he wasn't a top 100. But he was a former, I want to say top 10, maybe top 15 Orioles prospect at one time. He's completely off the list now. But he's got some pop. I mean, I've watched him. It's inconsistent. But, I mean, that might be the perfect guy that San Francisco wants to work with.
I'd be willing to listen, but, I mean, look at the injury history that Robbie Ray has. And tell me that he's not going to come here and get hurt.
It doesn't matter who you bring here. They're going to get hurt.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you're going to bring in like 5.
100%. Austin just said this. I said this earlier in the show. F it, trade for Devers and let him play third base.
Devers, yeah.
Yeah. And then...
I think that's fair.
Basayo was the best.
That's fair.
I was thinking about this earlier today. Let me go back and look at something real quick. But I was thinking about this earlier today, and I think that the parallels are pretty consistent. I just want to check something here. So, do you remember the 2019 Nationals? They started 19-31.
Mm-hmm.
Started 19-31. And they had a young 20-year-old Juan Soto on that 2019 team. They fired their manager. I'm not suggesting that you fire Alvarez, but they fired their manager, and they went on this run, and they ended up going on to win the World Series.
Yep.
There could be some parallels there with the Orioles with Samuel Basayo. That dude's bat is for real. He walks. Maker. He does not walk at all.
Hey, he's looking to do damage.
Right, he's just looking to, and that's the difference. Like Soto, I didn't realize
Soto was just an incredible eye. Where if you made a mistake, he was going to hammer it, but he would also make you make the mistake. Where I think Sammy's a little bit more aggressive, and he'll probably swing out the zone. I would say probably 30% more than Soto ever would. But I do see that the bat could carry you. From what you're saying, yes, I agree with that.
What do they call it? When you are, because winning a Triple Crown is leading the league in batting average, home runs, and RBIs, right?
Yeah.
But what do they call it when you lead the league in batting average, on base percentage, slugging percentage, OPS plus?
a really good season.
Because that's what Juan Soto did in 2020.
Yeah.
Like, is he hurt right now? Yeah, he's hurt right now. He had a calf issue. But the whole point is,
put this comment up, this trade proposal here from Ray Burrows. Thoughts on it? I'll let you go first.
Orioles get Robbie Ray and Jung Ho Lee. Giants get Cameron Weston, Kobe Mayo, Cobb Hightower. I would do that yesterday. You got to stop hoarding prospects. You got to stop.
I think Cobb's going to be pretty good, and I think you could probably get Robbie for less, but Jung Ho Lee might cost a little bit more.
Yeah. And Kobe Mayo's value is going through the floor with every passing game.
Yeah.
You know, with every passing game, he's going through the floor.
You might be able to get that trade for Weston and Mayo together and leave Hightower out of it.
Maybe.
Because Lee, I think, still Lee's under control for a while, isn't he? Because he was I want to say he's got 5 more years control.
Man, my shoulder is absolutely killing me right now.
You have to remember you're old and you keep playing baseball.
I didn't even play baseball. No, this is from a neck impingement, man. It just randomly starts to hurt.
All right, so Jung Ho Lee has a player opt-out after 2027. So he's 23 this year, 23 next year. Player opt-out at 20 for 2028 and $20 million for 2029. That's right up Mike Elias's freaking wheelhouse.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking to unload. I just have
that would make a lot of sense for San Francisco.
I have no inclination that Mike Elias has anything like that up his sleeve right now.
What if you sent him Heston Kjerstad?
And then Heston Kjerstad hits 25 home runs into the Bay.
Would you care if it's an NL team that you'd maybe see once a year?
I
don't think I care.
I'd only care if this Orioles season continues the way it's going, and Kjerstad goes out there and just starts dropping bombs.
It's just like Mike Yastrzemski.
Or Kyle Stowers going to the Marlins. But the trade-off, the shitty thing is that trade-off last year with Stowers for Rogers, it was like, all right.
That was Norby for Rogers.
Stowers was in that trade.
I know. But Stowers was the throw-in. He wasn't the centerpiece.
But the trade-off was like, yeah, they both had great years. But Trevor Rogers did it on a team that severely underperformed and couldn't get over the hump because of all the injuries. So it's like, meanwhile, and he's had the flu this year and he's only been good a few times. Meanwhile, the Marlins got a cornerstone outfielder. Although I don't think Stowers has a home run this year.
He's been hurt.
Yeah, but I think he's played like 25 games.
Yeah, but I mean, like Gunnar last year, he was hurt and just can't lift the ball.
Yeah.
But they got Norby at first base now. Might not even last that much longer, right? He was your 5th-ranked prospect. Like, that was the trade.
Yeah. Trade for
and
Ramon Laureano.
Really quickly forget about that. Like, Scott Stowers wasn't even a top 30, was he?
No. Well, I mean, I think he'd already graduated from that because he was here.
I think he also fell out because he was 27 years old, too.
Yeah.
He wasn't considered a prospect anymore.
They love Ramon Laureano in San Diego.
He's a good player.
And he's a good player, and they're a good team. They're not trading him.
His career is almost over. Before he came to Baltimore, his career was basically almost over.
Yeah,
he was on his 4th stop and just not hitting at all.
Well, he the second half
hit the end of the second half. Yeah, the year before was
with
it
the
Atlanta?
Braves. He hit like 296 with Atlanta. So let's see, he got traded to Atlanta and he hit 296 with 10 home runs in 67 games. Yeah. And then last year, 281, 24 homers, 76, and this year the batting average is 221, but he's got 5 homers. I would still love to have him.
Mm-hmm.
He's hitting better than any right fielder that the Orioles have right now, and he can play good defense. He's got a cannon for an arm. Like, I would love to have him right now.
Yep.
Would love to have him right now. Today's show has been brought to you by Leading Edge Auto Body. Your car is more than just a ride, it's an investment. At Leading Edge Auto Body in Mount Washington, customer satisfaction comes first. Their team holds the highest honors in the industry, including ASE Master, iCar Platinum, and specialized aluminum certifications. And they make it easy with free towing, pickup, and delivery. Find out more at leadingedgeautobody.com.
And don't forget to like the streams, guys, on YouTube, both on the Bat Around and over here on Pigtown Sports. It helps YouTube push it out. It brings more of you Orioles fans in here to banter us the whole time, which we love.
Yeah, absolutely. And even if we don't put your comments up, we see them. There's so many comments, it's impossible to get to them all. Like, it's absolutely impossible to get to them all. We try to weave them into the conversation, otherwise it's almost impossible. I don't really have much else, man. If I'm being perfectly honest with you, it's just like, look, you need another starting pitcher.
Easton Cruz just asked about Freddie Peralta. He is on the block apparently, from what the Cubs say, or at least the Cubs say they've had conversations with the Mets. But
I mean, the Mets are terrible, right?
Yeah.
The Mets are terrible. You might as well trade them and get something.
They need a lot of pitching.
But yes, they do, and you could probably get pitching for Peralta, and you can probably get more for him now than if you wait 2 more months to trade him 2.5 more months to trade him at the deadline. So, I think Zach just said that it was the Cubs. It was the Cubs that called about. Look, go get Freddie Peralta. I mean, are you gonna be willing to give up what another team's willing to give up to get Freddie Peralta? You know, they cannot stay where they are and expect to contend. 1, there's too many injuries. 2, there's too many people underperforming. 3, you're depending on too many guys that they can't hack it at the big league level to try and hack it at the big league level. The fact that you've got Jeremiah Jackson and Blaze Alexander, although I was surprised that Blaze was like 7 for 14 and then didn't play the first 2 games of that Oakland series.
Yeah, I think he's like 8 for 20. Was going into today.
Yeah. I was surprised by. Wasn't he a little banged up though? Did I read that? He was a little banged
he had
up?
like a calf tightness or something like that.
Yeah, so he may have been like, "Hey, I'm good to go." Otherwise, like I don't understand how you don't play him. But a week ago, we were talking about how you're not bunting one of your worst hitters with runners on first and second and nobody out.
Yeah,
and he grounded into a double play. So, the team needs to get better. They're not going to get better, in my opinion, internally. I don't think that there's any saving grace that's coming back, aside from maybe Trevor Rogers and Dean Kramer. I'm not overly concerned about the bullpen. I'm just not. I think they're pitching too much, and I think that's been the issue where they've been getting knocked around because they've been pitching too much. Because you had like 5 straight starts where your starter didn't get out of the 5th inning.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't want to see. How do you feel about Brandon Young? Because the Orioles went up 3-0 in that game against the Marlins, and then he gave up 3 runs immediately. It was the second straight game that the Orioles scored 3 in the first and then gave up 3 in the first. And I was pissed, and a lot of people were pissed, and rightfully so.
Yeah, because he was getting 2 outs and then walking the next freaking guy.
Yeah, he'd get the first 2 outs, go 3-0 on the next guy, walk him, and then the next thing you know, non-competitive pitches, they've got 3 runs on the board.
Yeah.
Then he shut it down, and he locked it in and shut them down. 16 of the next 18 batters were retired. He's facing the Yankees to open that series tomorrow. How do you feel about that? I think he's going to get lit up.
Well, he gets lit up at home. I don't know if you saw those splits. They're ugly. It's like above an 8 ERA at home or something like that this year.
And
like
Aaron...
below a 3 on the road or something.
I got to see what Aaron Judge does at Camden Yards. And I know that...
It's a lot.
Like,
it's
that
a
one
lot.
year...
It's a whole lot. But, yeah, I mean, Brandon Young, it fits the theme. Inconsistent, I think, is the best way to... The stuff is there when it wants to. When it wants to work, it's there, and he'll give you a quality outing. Now, what's a quality outing for Brandon Young? I think 6 innings, 3 runs or less is really good for him. Because, like we talked about all offseason, that should be enough for your offense. Obviously, it's not, but it's just weird. It's really weird with him. It's like sometimes he just looks dominant, and other times he just like Shane Baz can't locate anything.
Man,
is it a him issue? I don't know.
I mean,
I'd love to look that up too.
The other thing is, and I said this last year, why I never got excited about Brandon Young, is that nobody outside of Baltimore was talking about it. Nobody. And when nobody outside of your organization is talking about a pitching prospect, then I don't give a crap. I don't care about them because I know that they're not that good. If they were good, other people would be talking about them. Sandy Alcantara, one of the best inning eaters out there, would be good for this rotation. I thought about that, and Yuri Perez. I thought about, and look, the Orioles put up some runs against two really good pitchers.
I think Yuri's available.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to take to get him. Like honestly, I have so much PTSD from this franchise that I don't believe that Elias is going to do anything anytime. I don't think he's doing anything till the trade deadline, and I think that if he doesn't, you're screwed. Personally,
I agree with that.
like I personally think that if you wait till the trade deadline, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think that and if he wants to keep his job, I don't think he can afford to wait that long.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
But
Brandon Young is fastball heavy early in the count. Again, is that a game plan thing? Last year, on the first pitch, he was giving up 500 average on fastballs, and still threw it 15% of the time. First pitch.
see, and that's to me, this tells me that this is an organizational philosophy.
Try to get ahead with the fastball. This year, he's at 13% with the first pitch fastball. He's doing 44 of them. Bless you. And then
Thank you.
the next 20, which is 6%. So that's the second highest, or the two seam. So you're looking at 64 of his 334 pitches. Roughly 20% are fastballs to start. That's bad.
It's an organizational philosophy
I think you're right.
to get
really
it
do.
to throw the fastball to get ahead, and I think that the teams have caught on to that, and I think they're hammering them.
Let's see. Let me do just starting pitchers. I'm doing the whole team. Just fastballs on an 0-0 count. Brandon Young leads with 13%. Trevor Rogers second with 13.1%. Brandon Young was 13.2. Boz 10.6. Bassett 9.9. Povich 9.9. So you pretty much can sit here and wait for a fastball first pitch against the Orioles, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let's go back to two strikes like you talked about.
And that's if you're swinging at the first pitch.
Yeah. Trevor Rogers, Brandon Young, 13%, both of them with two strikes with a fastball. So you know it's coming, essentially. And I don't think, I feel comfortable saying this, I don't think we mix it up enough. Like, I guarantee you that our pregame hitting meetings are like, this guy throws a fastball 15% of the time in an 0-0 count. Let's go ahead and sit early on a fastball. And I guarantee you, going into that game, that catcher's throwing 40% changeups on the first pitch. I don't think we do that here.
It doesn't seem like it.
No. And we could be wrong. We really could be without really diving into the numbers. It just doesn't seem like it, like you said.
Thank you, Laura. Yeah, it's to me, it just screams organizational philosophy. Get ahead with the fastball, and
that's baseball back in the day. Like when you and I were growing up, that's what you always heard. Get ahead early with the fastball. Oh, okay, but this is 2026 now, and guys have iPads in the dugout, and they see the same thing.
and by the way, you have to be able to spot your fastball.
Yes.
And Shane Baz, for example, cannot.
No.
I mean, how many fastballs have you seen him throw that aren't even competitive?
Well, let's find out. Fastballs out of the zone. Who has the most this year on the first pitch?
My guess.
Brandon Young. But again, it's the same thing here. So 0-0 count, four-seam fastball, pitches out of the zone. Brandon Young, Trevor Rogers, Shane Baz are your top three. In every freaking category that I just read you in the last 5 minutes, that's been your three.
And two of those guys are supposed to be two of your top three starting pitchers.
Yeah.
I mean, two of the top three in your rotation. That's your one and your three.
I wonder how many are in the zone. In the zone with a fastball to start. Cade Povich, Trevor Rogers, Chris Bassett. Giving up 500, 571, 400 average. And then Brandon Young is your fourth at 375. That's pretty good, right?
Oh, man. A majority of Young's strikes are over the center of the plate and throws too many uncompetitive pitches. To think about it, this defines most of our starters.
Yes. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
Would you give multiple good prospects if you could get both? Yes. Yes, that's two starters that jump into your rotation and that can help you win ball games. The question is who are you? Because also look at their prospects. Look at their good prospects. Have they really panned out at the big league level?
No.
It's Gunnar and Rutschman. They're the only ones.
Yeah.
And they were from Michael Elias's they were his first 2 draft picks ever for this ball club. Kerstad is the disappearing man. Colton Cowser can't hit anything but a fastball. He gave overslot money to Kobe Mayo. He sucks. Enrique Bradfield Jr. and Vance Honeycutt. Like, what is happening with them? Michael Elias's first-round draft picks have been primarily, and the jury's still out on Holiday. But like the fact that he still hasn't recovered from a hamate bone surgery from 3 months ago worries me. You know that.
Yeah.
That concerns me more than anything. That is that it's been 3 months, bro. Corbin Carroll and Francisco Lindor. Yeah, they may be better baseball players at this point in their careers, but like they're still human beings. How are they back and playing competitive baseball within 3 weeks? And it's May, and you've had to be stopped and started 3 times.
Yeah.
For the same injury. You know, like the whole point of that rant is you can't keep hoarding prospects, especially when your track record suggests that they don't hit up here, that you're not hitting on your prospects. And if we don't start drafting some damn pitchers with some high draft picks, I'm going to lose my freaking mind. Again, Trey Gibson, another one that I'm not incredibly high on. People love Trey Gibson. I think he's a good pitcher, but I don't think he's a great prospect.
Yeah.
I think he's just the best of what we have, so people value him more.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
You want to hear something fun?
Sure.
Starting
Is it actually
pitchers.
fun?
No. Starting pitchers right now, game day zones, which is 1 through 9, which is in the zone. And I just did base hits only. The Orioles have the most pitches in the league at 185.
That are in the zone.
In the zone for a hit. 185. Who's the best? And we talked about Milwaukee being a very good organization. 116. So the balls they're putting in the zone are not being hit for hits. They're getting outs in the zone, which I think is great. We're not getting outs with balls in the zone. So let me put outs on here, actually, with balls in the zone.
While you're doing that, let me answer this. I think Gibson's better than Povich and Young. Well, yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's the best of what you've got.
Yep.
It's not hard to be the best of what you've got. Is he a top tier pitching prospect? Absolutely not.
Yeah. So Baltimore ranks 15th with 397 outs in the zone, where Seattle is first at 468. So not terrible, but not great.
Yeah.
Middle of the pack. And that's starters. I'm going to check relievers. I feel like our relievers have to be a little bit better.
Yeah.
They are. They're sixth most outs in the zone with 305.
Yeah.
But Washington is actually the best at 401, which is wild.
the bullpen is still picking themselves up from that 10-run outburst.
Yes.
Like, they're still picking themselves up off the mat from that. That really crushed them. But ERA numbers-wise, they're better than their numbers suggest.
Yeah.
Rico and Nunez are real guys in your bullpen. And Cano is having a great year coming out of your bullpen. And when Helsley gets back, I'm not really worried about the bullpen. The starting pitching, we have the numbers to back it up. The starting pitching has got to be better.
Is Helsley coming back?
The organizational philosophy has to be better. The reliance, the heavy reliance on fastballs early in the count, or like first pitch, or with 2 strikes, is awful.
Yeah.
It's awful. It's a recipe for disaster. But you know what else is a recipe for disaster? How badly I have to go to the bathroom. So I'm gonna call it for the rest of the show today. This is a good show, man. This is a good show because like instead of just sitting here bitching and moaning about how bad this team is, what can we realistically do to get better? Putting a lot of solutions out there and realizing that they're not really realistic right now.
I think they are. I think a lot of it comes down to game planning.
Game planning, yes. Are they going to change their game plan up that much in season, or is this something that they should have been doing in spring training?
They're going to listen to this and they'll change it in 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
What, they're going to listen to us?
They're going to listen to us.
They're going to tune into the battle and be like, you know what? That son of a bitch who's been bitching about us since August of 2022,
100%.
Paul.
It took him 2 weeks last year to figure out that I said Sagana was tipping his pitches, but it's coming. 2 weeks.
Hey,
3 weeks.
I will stand on this. I'm the one who got Tommy Hunter to start pitching from the stretch back in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
I was working for Masson, and I two things. I went up to Rick Dempsey one time, and I told him, this guy needs to pitch from the stretch, because look at how much better he is from the stretch. With guys on base, look at how much better his numbers are. Rick did a demo on it. He was pitching from the stretch like 2 days later. I went up to Rick Dempsey when Tommy Hunter was the Orioles closer, and I said, I think Zach Britton should be the Orioles closer. He throws 98 with sink. They're just going to beat balls into the ground in the ninth inning. A week later, Zach Britton was closing. I take full credit.
Britton was sick.
I take full credit.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Can you imagine having that guy? I mean,
I tried to catch him in spring training. It sucked.
I love Zach Britton. He was one of the ones I was the saddest to see go.
Yeah.
It needed to happen, but he was one of the ones I was the saddest about. But look, there's a lot of solutions out there. Player-wise, I don't know how many solutions you have. The bottom line is the organizational philosophies have to get better. The players have to get better. And there's got to be checks and balances for Mike Elias. And my biggest fear factor here is that there's not enough. He doesn't have enough riding on it. I don't think that he feels like his job's on the line. I don't feel like maybe he did in the off season, but missing out on an ace in the offseason. And look, I was an apologist this offseason because I do think that next year's free agent class for starting pitching is way better.
Yeah.
But you also don't know how many games, if any, you're playing next year. And
right.
you missed the boat on some really good pitchers this year. You got to figure something out. You got to figure something out fast, because I'd like to believe David Rubenstein won't stand for it won't stand for another season of losing.
We keep saying he won't, but God, who knows, man? Who knows?
So, well, that's going to do it for us here on the Bat Around. To all of our sponsors, thank you. Without you, we do not have a show. Thank you to all of our loyal listeners, guests, everybody that interacts. Without you, we 100% do not have a show. Zach, do you want to leave us with anything before we get out of here?
We appreciate every one of you tonight, commenting on every platform, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, all that jazz. Keep it coming. Like you said, we try to get it in there when we can. Obviously, we have a lot to cover and a lot of sponsors to go through like that, but we do see you guys. We try our best to touch as many topics as we can for you. Just keep it running. We just truly appreciate it, and make sure you like the stream too.
Somebody commented on one of my posts the other day, and he said he randomly found our show while searching for podcasts, and he said it's the best one that he's heard. Which is
awesome.
When people say that, like, it makes me feel like this has been worth it. You know what I mean? So keep tuning in. We'll keep providing the content and trying to rock it out for you guys, and hopefully we'll all be here together when the Orioles turn it around and start playing some great baseball for an extended period. Until next week, see ya!